What we know about the word, is it reality? Or is it just a misconception due to the means we inform ourselves with? Do we truly see the word through our own eyes?
That they would invade, and they surely did.
Given the horrific images coming from Ukraine, the shelling, the bombing, can Ukraine prevail?
In a modern society where technology is more innovative and experimental, moving into digital, mobile and social media format, it is relevant to portray how culture and political background affect media overall. The Russian-Ukrainian war is not the first hybrid war, but is one of the first fought through digital communication. In this kind of war, propaganda toward public opinion is as important as military fighting.
But despite the disturbing rhetoric coming out of the Kremlin,
мною принято решение о проведении специальной военной операции.
facts are plain for everybody to see.
Ее цель – защита людей, которые на протяжении 8 лет подвергаются издевательствам, геноциду со стороны киевского режима.
Russia is the aggressor. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Russia is the aggressor.
We support Ukraine in the battle against the aggressor.
Our worst fears have now come true. President Putin of Russia has unleashed war.
Les sanctions portées à la Russie seront à la hauteur de l'agression dont elle se rend coupable.
Decisions of the coming days will shape our world.
Но если на нас будут наступать войска, мы будем защищаться.
Do you feel like your country's media is politically biased, and why?
Yes, definitely, because China has a different political stance from other Western countries because we are a communist government and we emphasize more with Russia in this war because we are geopolitically nearer to Russia and because we have a similar political background since Russia had been a communist society.
Yes, I think Lithuania's media is biased, and I feel like it is because of a very rocky Lithuanians' friendship with Russia. In the past, Russia army occupied Lithuania for 50 years, and these days, when Russia army is trying to occupy Ukraine, Lithuania understands that it could be the next, and that's why the country is trying so hard to support Ukraine and talk about it through media as much as possible.
Considering the condition of Turkey right now, while trying to keep peace with Ukraine and also try to get resources from Russia for economic reasons, Turkey is not in a position to choose any side.
Humans and media are interdependent. In some part of the world, media is characterized by a commitment to free expression and democratic deliberation. On the other hand, in other countries, media are much more regulated and a part of the political apparatus. Do you feel like we can inform ourselves properly, even though our information is filtered by biased algorithms and the country's influences?
Yes, I think it is still possible because if we can get a step forward and surpass our own subjectivity, we are able to realize that the reality is much more complex. And as Socrates has said, the prerequisite of gaining true knowledge is to acknowledge our own subjectivity.
And I feel like there is no truth. We are only capable of getting the parts of the truth. And at the end of the day, it's a great background in order to have discussions with others and keep ourselves and others, of course, accountable for what do we believe in.
We can not control all of what we hear and see, but we can search for information by ourselves at many resources, many kinds of resources.
Being aware of the fact that we need multiple sources, fact-check, and be critical of what we read on the internet is a good start not to put ourselves in the victim's position. Maybe you would call it a Sisyphus job because it's time and energy consuming to keep up with the media, but maybe that's the beautiful part we should appreciate. We can't control what we see and what we hear, but we can control what we believe in and how our media environment is characterized. At the end, we are our own media. What we see on our devices is made specifically for us and is different for everyone else. Because algorithms track users online, they analyze their information, and they show them information that they would agree on.